Good evening again. This is the sixth grade band in front of you on the stage. I'm going to call up Manny Pano right now because he's going to help me introduce this first piece, which is called Creatures in the Attic. In sixth grade, we learned about how oftentimes pieces are not just written to be written, but they have an inspiration. And this composer, Brian Bamajas, who we're playing two pieces by tonight, was inspired by a couple of things to write this piece, one of which is this poem about creatures in an attic.
Creatures in the attic, I have a little secret that I no longer keep, explaining lots of little sounds where everyone sleeps. Is that wind I hear outside or knocking at the door? They just may be fuzzy friends making noise between each snore. They start off very quietly when all the lights go out. They check to make sure no one's watching, then start to dance about. Pretend soon they going crazy, a midnight celebration. I'm glad they're having so much fun. But where's my invitation? As soon as dawn approaches, they start to settle down. Putting all their toys away, to make a sound. And then we wake up wondering, was it creating of TV static? Others may wonder, but now you know it's just the creatures in the attic.
Well, if it sounded like they were playing random notes at certain points, it's because they were. That was actually in the piece. We learned about X notation, and sometimes when a composer wants you to do something that's not traditionally done in music, how to interpret that. And so they were playing random notes at some point throughout. Our next piece is Midnight Mission. This piece's inspiration was the same composer recalling memories of sleepovers with his friends when they were young and getting up to mischief late at night. This is Midnight Mission. We also had some switching of instruments going on there. Some of our 6th grade clarinet players who normally play soprano clarinet were playing bass clarinet on that piece, and in a minute they're going to switch again. Bass clarinet is an instrument that sometimes we try out in 6th grade with students who have tried clarinet or played that in 5th grade, and they all wanted to try it out, and so I said, okay, we only have 2 bass clarinets, so you're going to have to switch off pieces. And so they used different mouthpieces, but 2 of the same instruments, and they did a really nice job of transitioning very quickly and quickly and being ready right away. So the next piece that we are going to do is called Darkest Night, and this is one of their favorites. This is actually being played just by the A-Day band. In just a minute, we're going to have the 6th grade Flex Jazz come up, and so what has to happen now is students who are in B-Day Jazz, you're going to stay on stage, but wait off in the wings. A-Day, you're going to stay on stage, and then those of you who are in B-Day but aren't in Jazz are going to go back to the audience section. Hopefully that made sense. We'll try to do that transition quick, and then we're going to play our last piece for you, Darkest Night. Occasionally people will ask me, why does the A-Day group play a piece that the B-Day group didn't? And the answer is really just that we break students up into 2 groups. We rehearse on 2 separate days, and sometimes we just get a more advanced group and just differing ability levels. This group was able to take on a third piece, and so that is why they did it. So that's not to say that the B-Day group couldn't have played it or wasn't up to that challenge, but that's just the way it worked out this time around. We are now going to transition to our last 6th grade jazz piece. So I'll let students kind of transition. If you're in jazz, you need to get set up in the jazz setup. Students who are not in jazz are going to go to the audience section right now. This group is kind of new this year. We haven't had a 6th grade jazz group. At least we didn't have one last year, and I'm not sure about the year before that. We do something called Flex at the middle schools, which is a time when students either are in study hall and are able to get extra help on homework, or if they are caught up on that, they can decide to go to a different teacher's room. And I have a bunch of band students that see me every day for about half an hour, and we created a jazz band, and that's our Flex. So this is one of the pieces that we've been working on pretty much since the inception of this group back at the beginning of the year, or I guess October is actually when we started working on it. And this piece is a rock-style jazz piece called Rock the House. Well, and some of our clarinets learned a third instrument because clarinet's not really a traditional jazz instrument. They also learn to play alto sax. We have some not instrument doublers, but instrument triplers on stage today. 8th grade next. Thank you again for coming out and listening to 5th and 6th grade, and thank you to all the staff who work really hard to make this possible. The 6th grade teachers, our administrators who go to bat for us all the time, who support the arts and who encourage what you see on stage in front of you. We have too many people to thank, so I won't do that right now. But if you had something to do with making this concert possible,